this day was good for a number of reasons. It was super offshore, it was sunny, it was consistent, and there's a lot of well-known guys surfing. Out of all those well-known guys, the best photo that I got was a lesser-known guy, Matt Becker. And on this particular wave, he got annihilated first and foremost, but tried his absolute hardest to stick the drop all the way to the end. About as vicious of a wipeout as you could ever imagine. One of the reasons that this image is kind of stands out to me, because there's a lot of cool images from the left, is that shooting from the left at Mavericks has been kind of, in my opinion, it's created some of the best shots of Mavericks. It's also a little bit harder to do. Obviously, you have to be on a ski. You can't really swim in that area, and you can't be on a boat. With the wind being as strong as it was, the offshore spray from the previous wave would linger in the air or stay just kind of like, I don't know, a good maybe 10, 15 seconds after the wave had broke. You're covering your camera with a jacket. Normally when you're out there shooting, you wear a jacket just for these reasons. And so I came over the wave before, put my camera in my jacket, mist is in the air from the offshore sprays, and then I see this wave like building, and it's still just more or less like raining on me, and I think Seth DeRelay was shooting maybe 20 yards over from where I was, and we were the only two photographers on the left. It was one of those like watching the wave, waiting for the spray to stop. Am I gonna have enough time to shoot this wave without just, you know, soaking my gear? And so at the last second, I kind of like was able to pull out my camera, and you're like, fingers are crossed, autofocus please, all that stuff, and just rapid fired this sequence. And it ended up being sharp, and there wasn't any water spots, which was kind of a surprise. The water, like the amount of water that you get on your lens there generally affects the autofocus. So for everything to be like tack and not affected by like the previous wave, was the spray from the previous wave was like kind of lucky. So it's cool, you know, there's every big name in the world surfer was out there, you know, all the guys from Maui, all the guys from Southern California and other parts of the world that came up as well, and Matt being NorCal local, Mavs regular, for him to get this shot was special to me and special to him as well. And I'm pretty sure it was the first photo that he ever had in print in a big magazine. And so he was, he's a humble guy. He was stoked, I could tell he was stoked, but we didn't talk about it for more than like a minute. And that was kind of it. He just went about his way. And every time I see him, you know, we definitely have a little bit better connection, I think, than we had previously, because we barely knew each other, and then knew each other well after a couple sessions out at Mavericks, and then we get this shot, and you know, you have a couple beers at the OPL afterwards, and everyone's like pretty stoked. So yeah, I'm happy that it was one of the local guys that got one of the best shots that I've ever had out of Mavericks.